Officials in the U.S. and China are in Sweden for a fresh round of talks that could see them extend a détente on trade beyond the deadline set for the middle of next month. President Donald Trump hinting at the U.S. getting very close to an agreement while offering no details beyond that. Chinese Vice Premier Lifeng and U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent will lead negotiations over the next 2 days in what is their third meeting in less than 3 months. Beijing hoping for discussions in the spirit of, quote, mutual respect and reciprocity, while Mr. Bessent last week said he saw talks with Beijing being in, quote, a very good place. Both sides reaching a preliminary deal in June that ended weeks of tit-for-tat tariffs. But the current 90-day truce is set to end on the 12th of August. Without a deal or an extension, tariffs could snap back to 145% on the U.S. side and 125% on the Chinese side. And more Toni Waterman joins us live from Washington, D.C. Toni, these talks, what is the U.S. looking to get out of them?
Well, the U.S. and Trump in particular really just want a deal, whatever that may look like. And certainly, if it could come before that August 12th deadline for that current truce, that would be the ideal. The president did say over the weekend that he believes a deal with China is close, although many analysts are saying that we're more likely to see a 90-day extension on these talks than an actual deal. Part of what the U.S. wants here is for China to buy more U.S. products and to further open its markets to U.S. firms, particularly in the banking and investment sectors. The White House has said that it also wants China to reduce its purchases of Russian and Iranian oil. And in exchange, the U.S. is likely to exhibit some further wiggle room on things like visa restrictions, export restrictions on technology, including airplane parts and semiconductors. Now, this is going to be the first meeting between the world's largest economies since China rolled back its ban on rare earth exports, which, if it were sustained, would have been absolutely crippling to U.S. companies. But there is a lot of lingering uncertainties around President Trump's trade war, even as he is striking these deals with other countries. We saw this deal with Japan last week and also with the EU just yesterday. But the talks with Beijing are far more complicated, especially since Trump has signaled that he is going to impose additional sectoral tariffs that would hit China directly. So tariffs on things like semiconductors and pharmaceuticals. So that is likely going to complicate these talks in Sweden. But if the two sides can't reach a deal, there is this possibility that tariffs would rebound to that staggering 145%, which would essentially halt trade between the world's largest economies. And this would cause significant global disruption, this ripple out effect, because, where would all of those exports ultimately go? There is some speculation that Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping could meet potentially in late October ahead of the APEC summit. Trump likes to make deals in person, so if that meeting were to take place, perhaps that is when we would see an actual deal.
Well, thanks there, Toni Waterman there from Washington, D.C., as these talks take place in Stockholm between the U.S. and China. Thank you.